Apple Arcade has been out a week now, and I've made a point to try out nearly every game. My thoughts on the service are that it's excellent, and it's got a great and varied range of games. Now, not all the games are great, and some I've started and played for 30 minutes and then deleted straight away. But I'll do a more detailed impressions video in a few weeks of the service in general after we see how many games get introduced each week and month. In the meantime, here are my top 10 Apple Arcade games for September 2019. Number 10. EXPLOTTENS. EXPLOTTENS is a twin-stick air combat shooter. You control a cat as he battles evil pilots and destroys the resources of the Claw organization. I'm a bit of a sucker for shooters like this, and EXPLOTTENS is a good take on the genre. It's easy to jump in and play, and with all the upgrades and unlockables, there's a lot of reason to keep playing. The controls are a bit loose, but other than that, it's a really good game. Number 9. SPIDERSAURS. SPIDERSAURS is basically Contra, with cartoony graphics and some humour that didn't really land for me. The main thing though is the gameplay is solid. It's not as difficult as Contra on the SNES, but I did find myself dying a fair amount, even on the first few stages. You definitely need a controller to play this one. Number 8. Hot Lava. Did you guys ever play games as a kid where you would jump across sofas pretending the floor is covered in lava? Well, that's kind of what Hot Lava is. It's a first-person parkour game where you jump across various objects and swing over chasms to avoid touching the lava-covered floor. It's got great graphics and it's surprisingly fun. Number 7. Escape the Gungeon. This game has to be played on a controller. It's a follow-up to Enter the Gungeon. You start off at the end of the first game and need to now escape by traveling on an elevator upwards as a host of enemies try to kill you. The action is crazy and overwhelming at times as you see so many bullets on the screen. I love the gameplay and the music, but the only thing I wasn't a fan of was that your gun automatically changes to a random new one every 20 or so seconds. I could be having a good run, then get a completely rubbish gun and it ruins everything. This mechanic takes some getting used to, but other than that, it's a great game. 6. EARTHNIGHT. EARTHNIGHT is a gorgeous auto-runner that has you play as one of two characters as they kill dragons that have taken over the Earth and live over the skies of the planet. It's got a clever difficulty system where you fall towards different colored dragons and then fall further down to reach new types of dragons. As you play, you unlock new skills to help you take out more of the dragons. The graphics are beautiful, and the chiptune soundtrack is super catchy. Number 5. Cat Quest 2. I wasn't expecting much from Cat Quest 2, but it's a surprisingly fun and challenging RPG. You control resurrected cat and dog kings, and must reclaim your countries from the evil wolf and lion. Cat Quest 2 looks beautiful, and it can get pretty challenging at times. I had to grind just to finish some of the early missions. Other than the grinding and the occasional cat puns, there's a lot to like about this game. Number 4. SAYONARA Wild Hearts. The music, graphics and style of SAYONARA Wild Hearts are so cool. The auto-running gameplay is simple and addictive, but it's the J-pop style soundtrack and graphics that are the real highlights for me. This is a stylish game that I would recommend to anyone just for the music alone. Number 3. Speed Demons. It's not a complex game, but it's so fun and addictive. You drive cars on a highway full of other drivers and enemies and must complete missions. You have standard races to complete, but there's also rampage missions to destroy as many cars as possible, or my personal favourite are the escape missions, where you need to survive while demon cars are trying to wreck you. I've been having a really good time with this game, and it's great for pick up and play sessions. Number 2. OCEANHORN 2. OCEANHORN 2 is the most AAA console-like game in the Apple Arcade selection. It's best played with the controller, and it's a beautiful game. A huge step up from OCEANHORN 1. The Zelda inspirations are obvious, and while it's not going to compete with Breath of the Wild, it's a great game, it plays well, with amazing graphics, and I enjoyed the music too. Number 1. Bleak Sword. Don't be put off by the simple graphics. Bleak Sword is a hardcore game that's unforgiving in its difficulty. Using just 2 thumbs, you take on hordes of enemies in small arenas and must dodge, parry and attack to get to the next stage. I reviewed the game more fully, so check that out, but I loved Bleak Sword. The controls are really smartly designed to be played with just 2 thumbs, and the atmosphere and style are brilliant. So guys, what are your favourite games on Apple Arcade? And what are your thoughts on the service in general? Leave a comment below, and as always, thanks for watching.